Very glad to have Mr. Gunther as one of my teachers. I think he is the funniest and the best teacher in my school. My school is very lucky to have him working at our school. That is why Mr. Gunther is my favorite teacher.
So we're going to ask Mr. Gunther to step forward, please. And I'm going to let you present that to him. And this is for you, hon. Thank you very much. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It's just too bad you didn't get to read all the essays. Some of them were very comical, some of them were very, very, very touching. So I know the teachers in our area just do an awesome job. Okay, now we're moving to second place. Mr. Joshua Rhodes, step forward, please. And here is your essay.
Mrs. Leslie's palpable classroom. What is a good teacher? A good teacher is someone who really cares about his or her students, who really wants them to succeed. Every year I hope that I'll get a good teacher. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This year, though, I hit the jackpot. This year, my favorite teacher is Mrs. Martina Leslie. Mrs. Leslie certainly fits the definition of a good teacher. Language arts has always seemed dull and sullen to me until this year. Mrs. Leslie has given her students in-depth writing lessons. Without her instruction, all of my essays and papers would have several errors. It gives me a good feeling to have the ability to write properly in English. Now, I'm starting to incorporate my English skills into everything I write. I would have to say that Mrs. Leslie is probably the best English teacher that I've ever had. She teaches in a manner that allows her students to enjoy language arts. While studying great literature like The Miracle Worker and Anne Frank, we are edified on several crucial life lessons, such as taking care of people and walking in another person's shoes. The feelings and emotions of characters from our literature are nearly palpable as we read about their endeavors. Mrs. Leslie brings new words into our learning that might appear on exams later in life. She does this to help us earn as much scholarship money as possible. These words are amalgamated with fun words that students bring to the table in order to strengthen our formal vocabulary and our everyday vernacular. Mrs. Leslie spends an entire class reviewing the words with a game in case there are students who can't study at home. Her goal is to teach us 1,000 words by the end of the year to prepare us for the ACT test. Not only is Mrs. Leslie an English teacher, but she is also a math teacher. She teaches Algebra 1 in the morning, and she teaches language arts to 6th and 8th graders in the afternoon. Even though she has so many papers to grade, she always manages to return our graded assignments in a short amount of time. She's in charge of the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy Spelling Bee as well. To top this all off, she annually makes a book called Dragon Lore, a collaboration of students' short stories and artwork. Mrs. Leslie is even a talented artist herself. In essence, Mrs. Leslie is a superb teacher. She helps kids who don't understand things or are having a hard time fitting in with others, and she always makes sure that we come away with something from each lesson. Mrs. Leslie sculpts us into good writers and continues to make us even better. Even though she has so much work to do, she always makes time to teach us thoroughly. All of these things combined makes Mrs. Leslie a fabulous teacher that she is. She is dedicated to her students and influences my writing and schoolwork.
I'll let you present that to her. And this is for you. Okay. Tina? And I can attest to how wonderful she is, too. I've known Tina for a while here. Yes, that's yours, and this is yours. Thank you very much. I know we're on a personal level because we've had the pleasure of having several book fairs with SASA, and Tina has worked with the group to do Dragon Lore, a number series of books. So she's very, 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 very talented, and with the opportunity to have her students come over here and do a book signing. So, I mean, you're number one in my book, you know that. And so, yeah, whenever I need anything, corporate will say, you know, check with the teachers on this. You know, she's one of the first persons that I know I can call and get a response. So I do appreciate you. I hope you know that.
I hope we can come back in November.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, through process of elimination, the first place goes to Stephanie Mumby. If she would come up and read her essay, please.
I wrote a letter to Magistra. So, dear Magistra Bixby, I would like to begin by thanking you so much for being an amazing teacher. However, there is no way possible for me to express this all in a short letter. I have the utmost respect for you as a teacher and a person because you have been in my school life for the past 3 years. My first year, when I was a Latin 1 student, I had no idea how much I would fall in love with the Latin language. I give all the credit to your wonderful teaching skills. I will admit, in the beginning, I didn't like how you would call on every student in the class at least once each day. It frightened me because I usually don't answer questions properly when I am called on quickly. However, I soon realized that you weren't like any of my other teachers, who would get mad if I didn't have the answer you were looking for. I am so grateful that I have a teacher like you that doesn't judge me when I answer the question wrong. That is only one of the many things I admire about you. Whenever I see you, whether it's in the hallway or when I come into class, I never get anything less than a smile and a sigh. You show me how much you care about every student by greeting them cheerfully and by acknowledging each of our presence every day in your class. Even when you inform us that you aren't having a great day, you still have the power to enthusiastically teach us the day's lesson. I admire you for this because I find it very difficult to not let my own negative emotions influence my learning. Most of my other teachers let their bad days stop our lesson plans, but you never do. They also don't welcome and speak to each of their students every day in class. This is why you are the best. I also admire the patience that you have, especially since you are the single Latin teacher at Heritage High School. I don't know how you can teach 6 straight hours of 4 different levels of Latin every day without breaking a sweat. To me, that's a great teacher. Thank you for all you do, Magistra. I appreciate all the times you have helped me inside and outside of class. You have shown me how much you care about me academically and personally, which means so much. Also, I am so thankful for your help right now with the research paper I am doing in English. Your explanation of the story of Helen of Troy made a lot more sense than the books did. I love that I have had 3 years to get to know one of the best teachers at Heritage. If I can be at least half the caring, intelligent, bubbly person you are, I will be very proud. Yours truly, Stephanie Hilaris.
You want to come up now?
Easy to be a good teacher when you have good students like this.
I'll let you present to her. It's her first place award.
Oh, this is awesome. I'm also an English teacher.
Oh, good. That's for you.
Thank you.
Again, we've got some refreshments. I need to get some refills on the cookies, but I want to thank you all for coming.
Hi, I'm Kathryn Pickens, author of The Day We Stopped Billy Bully. Happy to be here at the Barnes & Noble in Saginaw, Michigan. My book is called The Day We Stopped Billy Bully, about a young boy named Jake, who's a 3rd grader. Him and his friends who are fed up with the neighborhood scoundrel they nicknamed Billy Bully. And he's tends to get under their skin, and they've decided that all the individual bullying they're receiving, they decide to get together and try to do something about it. I'm very passionate about the bullying issue. I am a graduate of Saginaw Valley State University in the social work program, so the bullying issue is very near and dear to my heart, which is why I wanted to write the book. I'm also very big on prevention, and I think writing books for children that teach a lesson at a young age is very good for our youth today. My motto is be a buddy, not a bully, and I enjoy talking to schools and speaking to young children. This book is very good for teachers and parents. Reading this book to your child opens up a good conversation about the issue of bullying, and can be very helpful. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Howard Fridson. I'm an author and an illustrator. I'm here at Barnes & Noble promoting my book, Our Family Treasure. And I also have a book that I illustrated by Jeffrey Lawburns called Fred the Fly and the Boom Boom Blossom. But I'd like to tell you about my book, Our Family Treasure. It's about my Aunt Elsie, who was inspirational in my life. And so I wrote a little story about her as a gift for her 75th birthday, and she convinced me to make it into an entire book. So that's what I did. And then Stephen Hill at ASA Publishing discovered me, and it is now available in book form anywhere you would like to purchase it. So now the whole world can know about my wonderful Aunt Elsie, and I'm very excited to be here signing books. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
We'd just like to thank you for being here with us today. This has been our first Barnes & Noble My Favorite Teacher contest. It has been done at a corporate-wide level throughout the United States. And again, Barnes & Noble does support its educators, and we're very pleased for the turnout that we had. And certainly every teacher deserves an award. But unfortunately, we just narrowed it down to 3.
Arthur Eddy Academy is just very happy that Barnes & Nobles will have us and partner with us to do a book fair for our school. We asked parents to bring kids out and to participate in a readathon and also a scavenger hunt. They were nice enough to let our theatrical production team come out and perform. And we're just happy to come out in spirit of reading, education, and just celebrating students and this quality learning experience.
Well, I hope you all had a great time here at Barnes & Noble, because I sure did. It was fun. I'm glad to see that they had the this book fair, okay, with Eddy Arthur Academy. Also, you have Howard Fridson that was here. You also have Kathryn Pickens. My goodness, and the Eagle Bird was something, huh? I love it. I mean, they did a great job. Matter of fact, Virginia, to even help organize, make it all happen, she did a great job, and I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate the teamwork, and that was the main thing. The main thing is that there was teamwork, that everybody supported one another. And I'm glad to see that happen. And I'm glad, being ASA Pub News, being a part of this, it's all a blessing. So I'll tell you what, I'll see you right back at the studio. Take care. Have a good evening.
Yes. Welcome back. You know what? That was great. I mean, that was awesome. Those kids were dynamic. Hopefully we get to see them again. Go on tour actually, and I mean, just beautiful. There's something positive, and I mean, Kathryn Pickens as well. Yes. She was down there, so the pleasure to even. It's funny that it was pretty packed. It was pretty packed there. It was a rainy day. I mean, it was just awesome. Still awesome. Everybody participated. Everybody had a great time. I mean, it just. How would you think that they're doing the mime, with the music, and then you have, it's not just about children, but it's about family, if you think about family, and the things they do is about positivity. And one of the things I do love is that knowing that the kids there, the teenagers, okay, the young ones all to teenagers, they have put their effort, their heart, soul, and heart into what they're doing, because it takes time to put all that together to dance, to act out that, the way you can express, the characteristics of a positive nature, and I'm gonna say it that way, even though it's Christian based, and I love them for that, but also let's all grab a piece of that positive nature that they have put together, for family-wise, and not just children, not just adults, but for family-wise, because everybody has participated in it. And, including when you have someone like Kathryn Pickens, I think she's a substitute teacher or something like that, or she works with the schools, okay? And she's going back on tour pretty soon as well. And then you have the legendary Howard Fridson, the illustrator for, like I say, Myers First Rose, of Martin Scott Cousins, who was forwarded, okay, as an illustrator, who was forwarded by Bro Eyes, the late Bro Eyes of Frosty the Snowman. And then you also have being an illustrator for Fred the Fly and the Boom Boom Blossom. I love that. Fred the Fly and the Boom Boom Blossom. I love it. But that author, that is great as well. But they did compile it all together, and they made it more like a family event. Okay, family event. And I mean, let's give them credit. Yes, give them credit. Yes. So, you know what? It's been great. Actually, before we get ready to go, we're going to close out with some of the other authors' book trailers. Okay? We'll do that, book trailers. And I tell you what, you know what? And at that moment, and at that note, and on that note, I will see you later, see you next time, and stay blessed. How about that?